You won't believe what we have on the menu today. The euphoria is still taking over the streets of Seattle, but behind the scenes, things are heating up with moves that could change everything we know. Major names from our championship run are at the center of contract storms, and new strategic targets have emerged to shake up the league. What I'm about to tell you will keep you glued to your seat until the very last second. So grab a coffee, hit that like button, and let's dive straight into the news. Also, make sure to subscribe because we're closing in on that 1,000 subscriber goal for the 12s. You know that feeling when justice is finally served in the football world? That's exactly it, my friends. What happened at Levi Stadium still feels like a dream, but the reality is much sweeter because the Seattle Seahawks are on top of the world. At the center of this hurricane of glory is a name that many of you, just like me, defended against everyone. We are talking about a guy who carried the weight of cruel narratives for years, being labeled a draft bust or someone who lacked that winner DNA. But now, with the confetti still falling and the trophies shining in the case, Sam Darnold has silenced every critic who dared to doubt his talent. He isn't just a starting quarterback in the NFL anymore. He is a Super Bowl champion, and absolutely nobody can take that away from him. Coach Mike Macdonald, who brought that relentless defensive mentality, was surgical when describing what Darnold means to this roster. He pointed out that Sam is immune to the outside noise. While the media tried to spin a story of either redemption or failure, he just showed up to work, being the same resilient leader every single day. That consistency was the anchor that kept us steady during those high-pressure moments against the Patriots. It wasn't just the coach who noticed either. Jackson Smith-Njigba, who had a historic season under Sam, was emphatic when calling our quarterback a firefighter. He puts out fires, he keeps us cool when the pocket collapses, and most importantly, he puts the ball exactly where it needs to be. Of course, the skeptics are already out there saying the dark side defense carried the team. But who was there on that decisive third down? It was Sam. He proved that being a leader isn't about being a statistical MVP. It's about being the guy your teammates love and trust. This chemistry gives us the confidence that Seattle wasn't just a flash in the pan. We are building a dynasty based on character and stability. Darnold cemented his place in our history, and if we keep this mentality, the next few years are going to be pure terror for our opponents. But while we celebrate this epic redemption, a shadow of doubt is starting to hang over another fundamental star of our title run. The high of lifting the Vince Lombardi trophy is addictive, but the price of success in the NFL usually comes due in dollars very quickly. While the lights of Levi Stadium are still bright in our memories, the Seahawks front office is facing a dilemma that could break the fans' hearts. Our playoff hero, the man who ran like there was no tomorrow against the Patriots, is standing at a financial crossroads. Kenneth Walker III didn't just break the 1,000-yard mark in the regular season. He was the heart and soul of our ground game when things got tough. With an incredible average of 4.6 yards per carry and that legendary performance of 135 yards in Super Bowl 60, he secured the big game MVP. But it's exactly that shine that's triggering the alarm for our strategic future and the salary cap. Respected experts like Gary Davenport have already started dropping predictions that hurt to hear. The argument is cold and calculated, paying a running back for what he did in the past rather than what he can deliver in the future is the most classic and fatal mistake in free agency. Walker is on top of the world, which means his market value will never be higher than it is right now. He's going to want to be paid like the face of the franchise, an elite contract that could tie our hands when it comes to signing other vital positions. The big question keeping us up at night is whether Walker is truly that complete player who justifies such a massive investment. If we look at it without the Homer goggles, Kenneth has some gaps that Mike Macdonald's system needs to fill. He struggles with pass protection in blitz situations and isn't exactly a constant threat catching passes out of the backfield. In a scheme that demands total versatility, paying a fortune for a pure runner, no matter how talented he is, could be a major setback. The fan base is split. On one side, eternal gratitude for the MVP. On the other, the fear of seeing the team stuck with a contract that prevents us from keeping our dominant defense together. The risk of a mass exodus of other starters is real, and Seattle might be forced to let its champion chase the bag elsewhere to keep the roster balanced. If you think losing Walker would be the end of the world, Just wait until you see the chess piece already being prepared behind the scenes to replace our number 9. The possibility of losing our Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker, to the open market is a bitter pill for any fan to swallow. But the Seattle Seahawks didn't get to the top by being amateurs. If Walker decides to follow the money to another franchise, there's already a contingency plan that's making league analysts lose their minds. Just imagine replacing one star with another who fits like a glove in the offensive system that got us the ring. The name gaining massive steam in the backrooms is Breece Hall. Yes, we're talking about a player who, when healthy, is an absolute nightmare for any opposing defensive coordinator and brings skills to the table that Walker hasn't fully mastered yet. Even though some say Hall is a small step below Walker as a pure runner, the numbers don't lie about his explosive versatility. Back in 2023, even without an elite offensive line, he racked up over 1,500 total yards and 9 touchdowns. Now, put that talent behind the wall Seattle has built and imagine the damage. The big trump card here is that Breece Hall is a true 3-down back. He doesn't just run with elite vision. He's a constant threat in the passing game and, crucially, he knows how to protect the quarterback. In the zone scheme our offense uses, which comes from that Kyle Shanahan coaching tree and was solidified by Brian Fleury, Hall would be the perfect engine to keep our high-octane pace going. The transition would be seamless because the system is almost identical to what Hall already knows and where he has thrived before. While Walker gave us that ground glory, Breece Hall could open up a whole range of aerial options that would make Sam Darnold even more dangerous and unpredictable. The strategy here is clear. If we can't keep our hero at a fair price, we go get a piece that offers more tactical resources for the same value or even less. Fans might be nervous about the change, but the truth is the Seahawks are looking at the future with an admirable strategic coldness. While the free agency market hasn't officially opened yet, the pieces of this billion-dollar chess game are moving frantically behind the scenes of our franchise. We are living in glory days, but the NFL never sleeps, and neither do the Seattle Seahawks. We saw Sam Darnold shut up the world, the financial crossroads for our MVP Kenneth Walker, and the bold plan to bring in Breece Hall to keep this dynasty alive. It's great at the top, but staying there requires cold decisions and strategic courage. The question for you guys is simple. Is it worth letting go of our Super Bowl hero to gain more versatility with Hall? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can hit that 1,000 sub mark. See you at the next win. Go Hawks!